Sidnee Michelle, Black Film and TV. All right. Hi, guys.
Hi,
Hey,
Sidney.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Oh, thank you.
thank you.
So I loved your characters in the film. I instantly picked up on the chemistry that I hope to see maybe in the next film. But I just kind of want to get into that. Lucas, to start with you, I think when Rosa Parks' character said not choosing is a choice, I thought that was very, very relevant to today's times even. Basically choosing good versus bad, no matter what your political affiliation or religious beliefs may be, just good versus
Absolutely.
bad, and not choosing is picking a side. Did
Yeah.
you get that same sentiment from that statement?
Yeah, and I'm glad you're the first person to mention it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, this happened to me. This movie, yeah, it's just changed not changed, but yeah, I don't know. It's changed my whole perspective on everything because all I had to do was just start paying attention and feel like I was actually choosing a side and be a little more public about my statements as opposed to, well, there's sometimes where it's better to not, so that you can let someone get it out and then go, well, what about this way? What about this way? And then, but for the most part, yeah, that is like the one of the many motifs or themes in the film that is just directly relevant to what's going on today. And yeah.
Definitely. Lex, how about you? What did you think about that statement?
It's so true. It's so with everything, right? Like with obviously what we're talking about with the film, but anything, big or small, not choosing is a choice. I mean, I think that it is relevant right now because obviously we're going through all of these unfortunate things. 2020 was a huge eye opener for a lot of people. On the other side, Black and brown people already knew what was going on. We've already felt that it was already true. But I think what it did, and it's kind of the silver lining of all of these terrible things, was bring more of an awareness to the white community and our colleagues, and for them to understand that, it's bigger than us just trying to get our point across. It also takes you guys to help and shed light on the situation and be like, hey guys, that actually is wrong, and here's why. And not it's kind of unfortunate, but not until a heavy amount of white Americans stepped in and had an opinion about what was going on did we seek change. Did we actually see people start to be like, oh, I didn't understand this thing, or maybe I did have privilege. Like it took someone who looks like Lucas to say, guys, wake up, this isn't right. So that is a very true statement, and it's relevant even more now than it probably was when we shot this film 2 years ago.
Definitely, so relevant to today's times. And just to wrap, I have many different things that I liked about each of your characters. But I would like to give you guys the chance to tell me, what was your favorite thing about your character? When you read the script initially, I know my favorite things, I'll maybe tell you them at the end, but I want to hear yours. What were your favorite things about your character when you initially, read the script?
Lex, you want to go? Give me a second to think about it.
I liked the fact that Joanne was really good at playing chess and that she could speak 4 different languages. I thought that was cool. It had nothing to do with the cause or anything. It was about her as a person. Just basic interests. Just let's take off the fact that she's Black, she's a woman, and you know what I mean? This is something she likes to do in her spare time, and she's actually great at it. And I thought that was a nice little break in the plight of everything that was going on.
Definitely. That's little true. Queen's Gambit action.
Exactly.
What about you?
You know what? I think when I was reading the script, I identified, I was like, man, I know how to, let me think about it in like tangible lines that I said. Like when I find Joanne and Susan Wilbur and I go, we got a ski-daddle. I don't know if it's still in there, but it's stuff like that.
I think it is.
I think it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's stuff like, oh, he let me say something my papa used to always say, which is good night. That's the whole organization in that thing. Because there's so many Southern isms that I was like, I can put it all in here. And I hear my grandfather, my uncle, my whatever say these things. I've heard these things before. That was my favorite part. Was like, I feel like I can lean into this really well and make it look natural. So because I've grown up around it my whole life.
There's a little authenticity in that character.
Yeah.
That's yes. If I had summed it up in one word, I had a lot of words. That's great.
Go.
Yes.
Listen, you did the job. Thank you guys so much. I thought the film was so incredibly relevant. I know you may not have known what was going to go on in 2020 and 2021 when you shot it, but it just sometimes works out like that. Thank you guys for everything that you put in the film, and I really think it's going to do great.
Thank you so much, Sidnee.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Of course. You too.